Hello dear students, here I am Alok, your bio guru, once again along with you on behalf of Gurukul Academy. This is the online lecture during this tough time whenever we are unable to interact with you through the classroom conditions. So in the previous lecture, I was discussing about the unit first of your book reproduction. Out of that I have selected your chapter number 2, that was the sexual reproduction in flowering plant. And at that time I told you about the flower of any angiospermic plant, how and what are the main parts of these flower are taking part in the reproductive cycle of plant. At that time I told you about that what are the steps in the sexual life cycle of a typical angiospermic plant. Out of that, one first segment I have selected development that leads to the formation of male gametes. Means whenever we were just talking about the all four worlds, at that time I told you about the androecium, which is the male reproductive part of the flower, and what are the steps it is taking to form the male gametes. That steps are in the sequence as development of the anther, which is the microsporangium. Second was the formation of microspore, that is pollen grains, and the process is called as the microsporogenesis. Third was the pollination. Pollination is the term through which these pollen grains are get transferred from one flower to another flower, or from flower to uh, one flower to another flower for the process of fertilization and development of the microspores to form mature male gametophyte. That all content we discussed in the previous lecture. Now I had selected the second important part of the flower, that is the female reproductive unit, that is known as the pistil. Collectively it is just called as over there gynoecium. And in this reproduction segment, we need to study about the development that leads to the formation of female gametes, means the embryo sac formation, which is followed by these steps. First of all, there will be the development of ovule, means there will be the megasporangium, and second step will be the formation of megaspores, means the megasporogenesis. Third and very important step is the development in megaspore, that is the formation of female gametophyte, that is embryo sac and the female gamete. Later on it will be followed by the fertilization. So here, first of all you need to study about the female reproductive unit, that is the pistil. Pistil, whenever you will just have any longitudinal section of any flower, then you will get at the central part of that flower a special structure that is having the bulbous basal portion, that is known as the ovary, a tubular long structure, that is the style, and upper disc like terminal structure, that is known as the stigma. The that structure is just representing the pistil or carpel, or they are also called as the megasporophylls. Here, their number may be vary from flower to flower. They may be single, they may be double, they may be tri, or they may be multi, means the polycarpellary. It may be mono, bi, or tri, or polycarpellary. And according to according to their position, means if they are fused and they are free, we are just using the syncarpus and apocarpus condition. Each pistil consists of ovary, style, and stigma. The ovary has one or more cavities called as the locules. These locules are just containing a special structure that is called as ovule, and the number of ovules may be one or more in the particular part. Now the ovule, very important part of the flower. It is just whenever we'll just talk about the structure of ovule, then what it is, ovules or the megasporangia, they are developed within the cavity of ovary, means what we are just calling as a locule. These cells these cells are the basal part of the ovule is called as the chalaza, that lie opposite to the micropyle. Cells of the nucellus are rich in reserve food. A single embryo sac or female gametophyte located in the nucellus, which is developed from the megaspore. If we will go more details for this one, then what we will just get, that structure of ovule. This is the structure of ovule. Have a look of this one. They are just attached to the inner wall of ovary by the slender stalk called funicle. You can just see at the right hand side, this tubular basal structure is considered as a funicle or funiculus. The point of attachment of the ovule to its funicle is called as the hilum, and the main body of the ovule is formed by the inner central mass, that is the nucellus. Nucellus, you can just see the center, upper top bulbous structure, what you are just looking. And what it is, the function of nucellus, it is in the mature ovules, the nucellus serves to cover and provide nutrition to the embryo sac. Each ovule has two distinct end. One is the micropyle. The here in this structure of ovule, you can just see there the basal funiculus. At the side of the funiculus, there is a opening, small opening you are looking, along with the synergid cells. This is just having the micropylar end, and just opposite of this, where there is a antipodal cells are written, that one is just showing the chalazal end. And externally, the nucellus is covered by the one or two protective covers, that is called as the integuments, and these integuments arise from the chalazal end. If the integument is the single, then it will be just called as the unitegmic, while if they are just having the two integuments, it is called as the bitegmic. In some plants, there is the no integuments are present, like the ulex, the example of that condition. So in the ovule, you need to study about that conditions, that structure, which is important for you. Thereafter, there is a types of ovules are also important for you. There are the 6 types of ovules, which we will just discuss in the next slide separately. Here, in the types of ovules, you need to study about the orthotropous ovule, anatropous ovule, hemianatropous ovule, campylotropous ovule, and amphitropous ovule, along with the cercinotropous ovule. These all, out of these all ovule types, the anatropous and orthotropous ovules are most important, whose diagram may be asked in the examination also. So in the next slide, it is given about the megasporogenesis and development of the female gametophyte. In the how it is a very important process, which we are going to start for the discussion. Here it is given, one of the nucellar cell in the micropylar region is differentiated into the megaspore mother cell. You need to take the help of book, keep the book along with you for understanding the megaspore mother cell. This cell divides periclinally to form primary parietal cell and primary sporogenous cells. Means periclinally, at the with the normal mitosis division, as we are just looking, the cell is dividing itself and forming two daughter cells on the top and the bottom. Same manner, there will be the periclinal division, and they will just form the another cell. The cell is larger, contain dense cytoplasm and a prominent nucleus. You know very well. It undergoes meiosis, forming 4 haploid cells called megaspore tetrad. Means later on, they will just create a chain of 4 cells by similar division, and that one will be just called as the megaspore tetrad. 3 megaspore degenerates and only 1 megaspores become functional. Out of that 4 megaspores, only one functional megaspore will remain over there for the development of megaspore. Here you can see in this slide, it is the structure of mature embryo sac, which is 8 nucleate. How that one is, a, a typical embryo sac in the angiosperm, how it looks like with the 8 nucleus, it is just given with the specific pattern. Megasporogenesis and development of the female gametophyte. Functional megaspore is the first cell of female gametophyte. Its nucleus undergo mitosis and the two nuclei moves to opposite poles and form the two nucleate embryo sac. You can just see in this diagram the megaspore mother cell just going to the opposite poles and developing along with the next level. The two successive mitotic divisions in each of these two nuclei form the 8 nucleate embryo sac. I hope you can just recall the mitosis, where there is a formation of uh, two daughter cells with the same content of nucleus, and there will be the continuous division. Till then they are just not going to form that 8 celled stage of their structure in the embryo sac. Now after this, it is given about the devices of the autogamy. We will just discuss about this topic later on. Till today you need to just study about this much and try to find out if there is any problem by reading your chapter, and inform me by WhatsApp message if there is any problem in this content.